Welcome everyone to the regular scheduled meeting of the President of the Board of Trustees, Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will County, held on Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, beginning at 7:04 p.m. Everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan?
Present.
Trustee Mahoney?
Present.
Trustee Miller?
Here.
Trustee Shaw?
Present.
Trustee Sullivan? Here. President Claus?
Present, thank you. Item number 1, is there a motion to consider approval of the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Madam Clerk?
Roll call for item 1. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item number 2, is there a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the regular village board meeting held on March 19th, 2024?
So moved.
No, second.
Thank you. Any questions? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 2. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Miller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 3. Receive presentation at Tinley Park Business Spotlight, a Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce from President Glotz, Clerk O'Connor. The Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce, located at 17316 Oak Park Avenue, is committed to bringing innovative information and opportunities to businesses in the community through membership meetings, professional development, and networking, and their signature events. The village is pleased to welcome from the Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Teresa Nolan.
Hi, everybody. Normally, everybody knows me more as the principal of Tinley Park High School. This is just one of the other additional hats that I happily wear. I serve as the co-president of the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce, and my fellow co-president, Brandy Caparelli, as well as the executive director, Tom McNulty. The three of us would like to invite everybody in the community to one of our largest events it's going to be held this weekend at the Odyssey Country Club, the annual Brew and Vine event. Obviously, good times are there to be had by all. The nice thing about it is we have over 30 different vendors. We have different vintners, brewers, food vendors. There'll be cigar sales. There'll be large screen TVs available for my NCAA fans that want to see the outcomes of the basketball games. And a big thank you to another local business, well, actually 2 local businesses, The Whistle Bar and Grill and Bentonhausen Automotive, for bringing us kind of a new add-on to our event this year, which is going to be a whiskey tasting that takes place on Saturday evening. If you want to join us, tickets are going quickly, which is a nice sign of success for our events. Saturday night, our VIP tickets are sold out, but there are general admission tickets that are still available. General admission are $40. VIP tickets are $55, and we have both general admission and VIP tickets available on Friday night, and then again, general admission tickets available on Saturday. The event starts at 5 for VIP, 6 for general admission, goes till 11, and I believe all of you will come and have a great time. So we'd love to see all of your smiling faces, and the Chamber definitely appreciates all the support that we get from the village, and we'd love to see you there.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Teresa probably has to be one of the best speakers I've ever seen. Every time you speak, you don't have any notes, and you just rattle it off like it's all memorized. It's unbelievable.
I practice in the parking lot.
To Mike and Jen.
I was recruiting them to join the Chamber now.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming.
You bet.
Appreciate it. It will be a great event.
This is my first time attending. All the years I've lived here, the date worked out, and I'm my first time attending on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure you'll have a great time.
You guys, I'm sure it'll be great. You guys always do a great job at every event that you do, so.
They give you
happy
a
to
sticker
support.
for your first
I
one.
know.
Get a little sticker. Yeah.
Thanks, Teresa. Appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you. Next, item 4, we have Trustee Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I am going to read the notes here.
I'm introducing Filling the Gap this evening. Filling the Gap is a nonprofit organization dedicated to second chances through dignified housing and a structured mentoring program. Filling the Gap is celebrating its first 5 years, as well as their recent addition of their second property. We are pleased to welcome Tinley Park residents and Filling the Gap founders, Mike and Jen Fitzgerald.
I do not have as many opportunities to publicly speak, so I do bring notes. So I got them. First of all, I'd like to thank the village board for having us here tonight to discuss what's something that's very near and dear to our hearts, and that's our nonprofit organization, Filling the Gap. My name is Mike Fitzgerald. I'm the executive director of our nonprofit organization. This is my beautiful wife, Jennifer. She is the director of operations, as well as co-founder of our organization. We have been Tinley Park residents for, about 20 years now. We have a son who is a graduate of Tinley Park High School. We have a daughter who's a junior at Tinley Park High School. Go Titans. Go Titans. We love Tinley Park, and we love all the relationships that we've forged over the years living here. That's the most important part, is the relationships we have, and we truly cherish those. So back to Filling the Gap. Filling the Gap was founded 5 years ago when, through a series of events, God kind of showed us a tremendous need here in the south suburbs of Chicago. We realized that for many people going through very, very difficult situations, people coming out of incarceration, people coming out of long-term drug recovery programs, people fleeing domestic abuse situations, that when they got out, there really was no place for them to go live. So many of these people were considered unrentable in the traditional market, and they really didn't have any place to go. The biggest question for Jen and I was always, how can these people move on in life or get a foothold if they don't have a place to live? It's a basic human right, in my opinion, and if you don't have it, you really are stuck in survival mode, and you just can't move forward. We soon decided that we were going to try and do something about it. So we got our 501c3 designation. We started to raise awareness. We started to raise funds. And we kind of just put it in God's hands to kind of show us our next steps and see where that would take us. It just so happens that God's a pretty good guy, and he, over the last 5 years, he's blessed us with 2 properties. We have a 2-flat in Harvey, Illinois. We have a single-family home in South Holland, where we offer safe and dignified housing to people who really don't have another chance. We call it second chance housing. We also have a mentorship program where Jen and I work with the individuals. We are actually the case advocates, and we work with the people on just about anything they need. We do life with them, whatever they need help with. For example, we take them grocery shopping, things that we take for granted that we know how to do, right? Repairing credit, building a savings account, things like that, just about anything they need. These houses that we supply them with are not just places where we throw them in. We take great care of the places, we rehabilitate them, we make them really nice, we furnish them, we fill them with food, we fill the refrigerators, so that when the residents move in, they realize that they're coming to a place where they are loved and they can just really concentrate on themselves. Now, tying this all back to Tinley Park, many Tinley Park residents were involved in the rehabilitation and fixing up of the properties. We have a board of directors with past and present members being members of our board. We also have many donors that are Tinley Park residents. All of this is proof to us that Tinley Park is a village full of people who are willing to use their time, talents, and resources to help people in need, and I think that speaks very highly of the village that we all live in. It's really all I have, so if you would like to learn more about Filling the Gap, you can visit our website at fillingthegap-nfp.com. But I would actually recommend following our Facebook page, because you can keep up to date on all the things that are going on with the organization, all the fundraisers that come up that allow us to do what we do. So that's all I got. Thank you very much.
Comments from the board?
No, just it's a great organization. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Good job.
And you both needed to read unlike Teresa.
I'd just like to make a quick comment. Thanks, Mike and Jen, for coming out. I'm really proud of the organization and having been a part of it and still a huge supporter. I thought they were going to mention, but they didn't. They have a couple events a year. They just had the trivia night and golf outing again this year, I think.
August 16th.
August 16th. All right. So it was a great time. So.
That wasn't even in my notes.
And to find out my physical therapist is a big fan of yours. Cool, great. Thanks, Mike and Jen.
Thank you.
Next time, memorize it like Teresa. Item number 5, Mr. Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2024-R-027, designating April 14th to April 20th, 2024 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in the Village of Tinley Park.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Doug.
Thank you, Trustee Mueller. The 911 dispatcher is often the unsung professional of the emergency response team. These professionals who gather essential information from callers and dispatch the appropriate first responders to the scene must be able to take control of the situations. They may be chaotic, heart-wrenching, stressful, confusing, and frenzied. Dispatchers provide dispatch and communication support to our police, fire, EMS, and public works. They are responsible not only for answering phones, but they also monitor several radio bands, track police and fire units, dispatch units to calls, and provide emergency medical instruction such as CPR over the phone. The Tinley Park 911 Center is also the primary dispatch center for MABUS 24, where they typically handle 120 additional extra alarm fire calls for 20 neighboring fire departments. The men and women of the Tinley Park 911 Center are dedicated professionals that deserve recognition not only this week, but all year long. This resolution is eligible for adoption, and I will read the resolution after we vote.
Want to read it now?
Sure. Read now. Good.
Just in case someone changes their mind on the vote.
Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services. Whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our police officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of the information obtained from citizens who telephone the Village of Tinley Park Emergency Communications Center. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services. And whereas the public safety telecommunicators are a single vital link for our police officers and firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information, and ensuring their safety. And whereas public safety telecommunicators of the Village of Tinley Park have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. And whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the President, Clerk, and Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, declare the week of April 14th through April 20th, 2024, to be National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in the Village of Tinley Park in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and our citizens safe. Adopted this second day of April 2024, signed by Village President Michael Glotz, Nancy O'Connor, our village clerk, trustees William Brady, Dennis Mahoney, Kenneth Shaw, William Brennan, Michael Mueller, and Colleen Sullivan.
Thanks, Bill. Lisa, Michelle, anything you guys want to add?
Lisa?
Yeah, just thank you. We have 17 dispatchers that do a wonderful job in our town. And no, these aren't notes. Well, John says they, Public Works is the unsung heroes, we're the unsung professionals. But thank you. We really appreciate all the support that you guys give us.
We appreciate all the work you do.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Okay.
Okay, you're ready. Here we go. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brutal. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 5, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, I'd like to ask the board appointment of John Barrett to position of management analyst.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
John was identified as best candidate to support community development by staff. He has most recently worked as state and local government consultant, has been planning and administration intern with another large city. John has had an opportunity to work on various community development projects and initiatives, including process involvement, or improvement, sorry. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, is pursuing a Master's of Public Administration with an emphasis in local government management in fall. Is there a motion?
You did that
I'm
already.
sorry, is there any comments?
Welcome.
John, is there anything you want to say?
Hi there. I just wanted to say I'm really excited to be a part of the Tinley Park team. It sounds like there's a lot of really fun things going on in the community development world in Tinley Park, so I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Thanks, John.
Welcome.
Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item 6, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries, thank you. Pat said something about skipping item 7. I don't know what that was about. Is there a motion to consider the appointment of our Marissa Harrison to the position of HR coordinator?
I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
Marissa joined HR department over 2 years ago as a part-time HR assistant and has made significant contributions supporting recruitment, employment relations, various HR projects, and also has been instrumental in implementation of various HR technologies. She has demonstrated her abilities to manage in a fast-paced environment and provide a high-level internal customer service. Marissa holds a Master's of Public Health and with a focus on health policy and administration. Board to consider appointing her. Any comments or questions for Marissa? Now's the time. Once you vote, you can't take it back.
I'm just always happy to see promotions from within. I think it's great. So,
Do you have anything you'd like to add, Marissa?
First, I would like to thank everyone for not skipping item 7. And I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I'm really excited to finally be a full-time member here at the Village. Yeah, I'm just really excited. Thanks, everyone, and I look forward to staying here and seeing what else we have going on. Thanks.
Good, well,
Thanks, Marissa.
Marissa. You and your parents want to take you guys should take a picture.
My family?
Yeah.
should we?
Come up here, Mommy.
Thank you all for financial freedom. She didn't say that. That's not part of the deal. She still needs her water bill paid, her cell phone bill paid.
Car insurance.
Yeah. Vacation, one a year.
I didn't even know you paid car insurance.
Madam Clerk, will you call the roll for item 7?
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations. Report to Angela tomorrow morning.
Should we let Marissa and John go?
They can go or stay. I mean, there's no one holding
You
them.
want to go out to celebrate?
Run.
Go buy your dinner?
Pay your car insurance.
Maybe she'll pay.
Item number 8, motion, consider appointing Mark Etheridge as associate member to the Veterans Commission for fiscal year 2024.
So moved.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Any comments from the board?
I'd just like to welcome him to the commission. Good report to duty a week from Wednesday.
Great, thanks. Madam Clerk?
Roll call for item 8, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thanks. Item number 9, may I have a motion to consider approval of the consent agenda items?
I'll make
So
the
moved.
motion.
I'll second it.
Wow, you guys are quick. The consent agenda items have been publicly posted and available for review on the agenda for this meeting. Would anyone from the board like any of these items removed from the consent? Let the record reflect there are none. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for this?
Roll call for item 9, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. We have item number 10, Trustee Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to have you consider adopting ordinance 2024-0-013, amending the rules and regulations of the Tinley Park Civil Service Commission. This,
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Thank
second
you.
it.
Go ahead, Bill.
this ordinance amends Chapter 5, Section 3 of the rules and regulations for the Tinley Park Civil Service Commission. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole prior to this meeting. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thanks, Bill. Any questions from the board?
Mr. Mayor, I don't have a question. I just want to make a comment to the, or to thank the chief on this one and the SSERT we discussed at the COW. I really do appreciate the depth of detail you went into on those. It was very helpful. No additional questions.
Is any comments from the public? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 10, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you. I hope all your students are watching. See, you still, you could leave and you're still staying.
I'm taking notes from you guys now.
Item 11, Trustee Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to have you consider adopting Resolution 2024-R-032, approving an agreement between the Village of Tinley Park and Go Full Cloud for the Microsoft Office's 365 licensing.
So moved.
I'll second.
Go ahead.
This purchase with Go Full Cloud will provide annual licensing for the Office 365 suite for the cost of $105,888. This item also was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thanks, Mr. Brady. Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Let the record reflect there are none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 11, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item 12, Trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting resolution number 2024-R-028, approving the official 2023 Tinley Park zoning map.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Michael. Go ahead, Dennis.
Thanks. Municipalities must adopt an official zoning map each year. No properties are being rezoned as part of the adoption of this map, and is only reflecting changes and corrections completed during the previous year. The Plan Commission reviewed the draft official zoning map on March 21st of 2024. and was voted 7-0 to recommend approval. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thanks, Dennis. Are there any questions from the board? Are there any questions from, or comments, from the public on the zoning map? Let the record reflect there are none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 12, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 13, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2024-R-034, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Cityscape Garden and Design LLC for landscape maintenance mowing.
I'll second.
Go ahead, Mike.
Please consider approving a contract with Cityscape Garden and Designs LLC for the estimated cost of $273,603.99. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole, held just prior to this meeting, and is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thanks, Mike. Any questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Let the record reflect. There are none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 13, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Last item, 14, trustee Michael Mueller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2024-R-035, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Al Warren Oil Company for a bulk fuel purchase.
I'll second it.
Go ahead, Mike.
This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole, held just prior to this meeting, and is eligible for adoption tonight.
Any questions from the board? Any comments from the public?
I did have one question.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is really minor. I'm sorry I didn't catch that in the cow, but I noticed that this authorizes negotiation within a range. And this is going to sound odd, but it was 301 to 321. If you're able to get less than 301, it seems weird that we would give a minimum. I would say, maximum. But if that's just how that's structured, it's fine. I'm just curious about if there's a required minimum on that, or if that's just what we're doing traditionally.
John, do you want to comment on that?
Sorry, I keep looking over there. This is John's item here.
Yeah, obviously, if the price comes in underneath that, but I think everybody in this room would hope the gas falls down in price. But if that is the case, we can, obviously authorize the sale at that amount. But when we've done this in the past, they're giving us what the fair market range has been, in historically over the last month that they've seen those numbers at. So, the
Okay.
lowest they've seen it was at the 301.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think this is what we've seen over the last month, not guardrails for John as he's negotiating.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear.
Yep.
We're not only authorizing them in that range.
No,
All right.
but it gives you guys a window of an idea of what we're looking at right now for the range of what fuel is going for.
Yep, sounds great. Thank you.
Or just go to Costco, get it for $2.77. Thanks, Ken. Anyone else? Anyone from the public have any comments on the bulk fuel? Let the record reflect there are none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 14, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 15, receive comments from staff. Is there anyone from Mr. Carr?
Yes, just want to, I don't want to take the thunder away from Dan, but we had the comprehensive plan first meeting last night with the public, and, community development and Lakota did a great job putting that together, and we had a great showing of people, 40 to 50 residents, and it was a great first start to start that discussion for that plan. So great work, Dan, on that.
Yep, and that's just the first kickoff meeting, so that it's really just some feedback there. There'll be a lot of other meetings, so Tinley and Tune's gonna have all the information. And Donna's been great helping us spread the word on social media. So again, thanks to the 40 to 50 people that came out. Trustees Brady and Sullivan showed up as well. and Donna and Pat. So we had a great team there just to get some initial feedback and do an initial kickoff. So it's a good first start. There's still a long ways to go, and there'll be a lot of parts of this that go before the Plan Commission, and then come before you guys here, so we kind of move through it. So we're just in the initial kind of fact-finding stage. So great start. Thanks.
And our chief, since Dan jumped.
Jump.
Nothing? Okay, now it's your table, Dan. Do you have anything you want to add?
No.
Anyone else? Go ahead, chief.
Well, Chief's got something.
Thank you. The Insurance Services Office, known as ISO, has recently graded the Village of Tinley Park as an ISO Class 1 community, which is the best rating possible, and it indicates that the fire department is well-trained, staffed, and equipped to handle fire-related emergencies. This grading also included the capabilities of our water department and our 911 center. I'd like to thank all the fire department, water department, and 911 personnel for their continuing efforts to help achieve a Class 1 rating. And a special thanks goes out to the village board and administration for your support in investing in the fire department, making this possible. Thank you.
Thank you, chief.
We are one of 29 municipalities in the state of Illinois that has a Class ISO 1 rating. So it's not a lot. And out of the whole countrywide, there's only 503 departments throughout the United States that hold a Class 1.
That's great.
Great, thanks, chief.
Great job, chief.
Anyone else from the table? Dan, could you give everyone an update so we could direct them when we receive emails from the center where Cousins is on the rumor that someone keeps spreading that we're not looking?
Yeah, somebody, at least from what we've been hearing, is somebody's been saying the village is basically pushing for Tinley Park Center, which is where Cousins is. It's kind of an overall office area. There's about 48 to 50 units in there that are all condo units. So at some point there was a rumor that the village is pushing to kind of decondoize it. That's never been the case. Also that their village was offering tip money, which isn't the case. Obviously there's been talks of what kind of happens with that center and what it becomes going forward, and we'd like to see some reinvestment in it, but the village has always been open to whatever plan those owners and the association come up with. So, yeah, there's no plans by the village to demolish it, decondoize it, or anything like that.
Thanks. And don't they need a certain number of units to deconversion as well in order for that to even pass regardless?
Yeah, it's all within their private covenants. From what I know, it's usually about 75%.
Okay.
So.
Okay, great, thanks. Most of them are against it anyway, so it's just,
Yeah. We'd like to see some reinvestment, so we have pushed that as if they're, if those owners ever get together and want to do some upgrades, improvements, we're always open to discuss that, and try and help them out however we can.
great, thanks, Dan.
Yep.
John, we don't have an update for 94th Ave, do we?
Not yet, so we're waiting for the contract to be signed and sent back to us. And then after the contract is finalized and approved by county, we would get a pre-con meeting and hopefully get a tentative reconstruction schedule at that point.
Great, once we get that scheduled, can we get that to Donna so she can push that out for
Yes, sir,
when
we can.
construction will start on 94th Ave?
We can definitely do that.
right,
And then we
thanks.
have a pre-con, just to update you with roadway construction, we have a pre-con meeting with the contractors for 175th Street and Ridgeland reconstruction scheduled for tomorrow.
Great, thanks.
Teresa's happy.
My car takes a lot of wear and tear on 175th Street.
Mine too.
Is there any more you can add to that one, or no?
Again, without having a pre-construction meeting, that's at the mercy of Cook County also. We're taking a back seat to that, but as soon as we have this meeting, hopefully the awarded contractor would give us a meeting on that, or schedule on that. Tentative schedule, I believe at right now is upwards of 2 years for full reconstruction, because it does include all of the underground infrastructure, adding sidewalks, streetlights, bringing the roadway to, the village standard.
Great, thanks, John. Next, we have item 16, receive comments from the board. Any, Mr. Brady?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Despite the chance of snow this week, spring is around the corner, which means it'll be boating season. The Tinley Park District is hosting a boating safety course from the Department of Natural Resources on April 20th and 21st. You have to attend both days. Anybody who was born after 1980. And it's a good refresher course for anybody who's been boating 10, 20 years, whatever it might be. Laws have changed, rules have gotten tighter, and so on and so forth. They've even changed things with life jackets. So we call it's free, doesn't cost anything. We have to register at the Park District to do the class on April 20th and 21st. Get a chance to join us.
You're the instructor.
Yes, I am.
Great. Thanks, Bill. Okay. Anyone else?
I'll add something. I just want to piggyback what Pat and Dan said about the comprehensive plan in tune meeting yesterday. It was great seeing people come out for that. And it was nice to see they had these table discussions and they had whiteboards and people were throwing out ideas of what they envisioned for the future of Tinley. And it was nice to see a lot of the things that were on the board were things that I've seen in discussion already between the board with our marketing department. So I guess we're in tune with some of the comments the residents did say. But it's great it's important to have everyone's feedback. So I hope, once we push the next date, I forget when the next scheduled date is for that more residents come out for that. Because I think we're probably about 50. I thought it was a little bit more, maybe 60. But whatever it may be, it was a good turnout. Great conversations with residents. And looking forward to the future and looking forward to the next meeting to see where it goes. So thanks for putting it together, and Dakota Group and Dan and your team.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else? Clerk?
Nope.
I'd just like to add real quick to what Chief said earlier, that, a lot went into it. So kudos to you and your team, because I know you worked hard on that, and the water department too. I mean, and all of you here, actually, we made the investment in the community to really get that rating, which in turn really does affect the residents and the rates that they pay on their insurance premiums too. So I think you left that part out, but it really does, the investments that we do make here and everything you and your team did to meet with the inspector and to get us that rating, I think is really beneficial to the community. So great job on that, and thanks for all your hard work.
Thanks, Chief.
So that's it.
Thanks, Mr. Bill. I just hit a couple comments. First one, I want to thank Laura. This is why she's so special to the village. She's on vacation and she's here today for the board meeting. Thank you, Laura. You are the best. And then I wanted to comment on the first week hiccup that they've been having with the pay boxes at the train stations. So this was discussed September 19th, 2023, November 7th, 2023 through Community Development, who pushed this forward. The maximum fee is supposed to be $2. Unfortunately, the first couple, or the first, I think, hour and a half or 2 hours or something, there was a surcharge fee or something that was put on there. They immediately corrected that. Ann Mitchell from our staff is working with them on different options on reimbursing that, because $2 is the max. Again, like I said, there's always hiccups in technology. And if anyone has been charged a credit card surplus fee, which I've seen someone has said on Facebook they were, just contact the village at, contact Ann Mitchell, and she will work with you with it's a third party that handles it. We're not handling the pay or any of that, so she will work with them to get some type of credit back to you if there was a surcharge fee. So no one should be charged more than $2. It was also mentioned at the September 19th by Jarrell, which seems to be incorrect, that there are going to be options for bulk purchasings to be discounted. Colleen went on the app and checked, and it seems like that's not the case either. So there's just a couple of hiccups that they have to work through. And again, if anyone is charged more than $2, just contact Village Hall, ask for Ann Mitchell, and she will assist you in fixing that. And let's That's it. And John, don't throw away the old pay boxes back. Yeah. Keep all them and the tags for now.
Can I add something just to,
Yep.
with the app that I looked at, because I didn't know the zone, because you have to have the zone number, so I wasn't sure of the zone, but I have used this app in another city, I don't know where I was, wherever I was in October, I don't even remember. But it was, because it had my previous parking, the dates, the times, the amounts. So I just went to that zone to see if I could do the monthly parking, and I was not able to do that. So I don't know if that is for sure an option in Tinley or not. But when I would go home today, I was gonna stop it and see what that zone is, because I couldn't, you can't look up the zone ahead of time. You have to see the zone, it must be posted somewhere on the commute downtown once a month, so. But yeah, I just wanted to add that. It's possible that it might be, but from what I've seen on the app, there's no way to look up the zone to see that. But the zone that I parked in previously, I was not able to do that month.
Is that different from the metro zones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a separate number up there for the
Yeah.
park. We'll
Okay.
check on that, though. That was always planned to be the option, was that there'd be still some monthly discount rate, kind of like what we do now in bulk purchase. So if that's not in there now, it's always been an option with it, so we'll make sure we get that up and running as well.
Thanks, Mike. Sorry.
You're welcome.
And I guess, to go back to that, Trustee Mueller, I know you got a lot of tokens, because he told us when we adopted this, those can get exchanged in for credits as well for this. So I think we'll be working to push that information out as well. So.
Do you want them back, Mike?
Or do you want a donation?
No, I'm good.
Should give them the Together Recall.
I have a bunch.
All right. Next, we have item number 17, receive comments from the public. Anyone from the public here to comment? Can you hold on one second, Diane? Thank you. Go ahead.
First, just to start, this board is very inconsistent on your comments, saying when you will answer questions and when you don't. Anybody can watch the village board meetings and see that most of the time you will answer people's questions, and just certain individuals, certain questions. If anybody has any issues, you won't answer. You're very inconsistent, and I would appreciate you to treat everybody the same. Answer or don't answer, but quit with going back and forth. I came here because I see our village attorney, who's paid quite a bit, laughing about what, crinkling, or, I came here to ask a question
Please,
about, okay,
stop.
because I'm.
Address the board.
That's fine,
Do
I'm
not
trying
address-
to. Could you please, my time is already down a
No,
minute.
it's not.
We spend a lot of money in this town on lawyer fees, on legal fees, on things that the citizens don't even get. No tangibles. I'm concerned that we are not putting enough money into our police department. We are, I'm assuming, asked, because nobody can answer the question, it seems simple. Somebody asked for 6 officers, patrol officers, and they were told they can only have 1 or 2. And my question was, I have to wait for the public hearing, I understand that, but my question was, I want to know who was asking and who was saying no. It's very important to me. You are building this town. You keep building and adding on to it. And years ago, we did a study. We paid money, a lot of money, to do a study to tell us that we were short patrol officers on our streets. And we continue to grow, we continue to build, and we are not adding enough, in my mind, patrol officers to keep us safe. I'm going to start having a FOIA. It would be so much easier if you would just put public information out and keep your FOIA costs down. I have to put in a FOIA to get information. How much did we spend on legal costs? Simple question. But if I don't word it right, it comes back, and we pay the attorney each time because they handle that. So if we could just put the public information out there, we wouldn't have to FOIA. You could cut down on your costs. How much are we spending on legal bills? How many lawsuits do we have going right now? And how much have we spent? Because, as you know, I kept bringing it up when I was a board member, that I don't like wasting money on lawyers and lawsuits. I don't believe the lawyer sitting here, I don't know who you are, I don't mean to be so rude, but you weren't publicly appointed. It's not a consent agenda item, unless you're really a discounted group, because the cost drives that. And hiring A village attorney does not cover that. I was gonna ask when we're gonna be hiring a treasurer. We spend a lot of money and we pay huge taxes here, and I'm okay with that, but we should have a treasurer, a proper treasurer. There's checks and balances that treasurer should be doing in this town. I'm concerned that we have audits that point out things. Positive pay controls, I hope they're now in place, that we can't have fraud going on. I think a treasurer is very important. I hope that's gonna be coming soon. I wanted to bring that up today. I asked about Paul O'Grady, and the PJM was our village attorney, pulled out. I heard about the push tax that you brought up during you're talking about the revenue. And you're expecting revenue to come from that, which I don't understand. But, so these are my comments. If you guys could just send me the responses to these questions, I wouldn't have to put in a FOIA. It would really cut down on the cost. And it isn't me putting in the FOIA, so before anybody wants to say that. It's funny how, you can make comments that, you can't make public comments against people, but it's only one way. Because I get a lot of comments about myself that aren't true. Why, okay, and the other thing I wanted to bring up is the 80th Avenue Gaming Cafe, this new gaming cafe that got opened. That wasn't a public vote. You guys got to vote on that publicly. Go look at what you guys are saying was changed, that you didn't have to publicly vote on that. You need to publicly vote on that. You added a gaming cafe. The mayor, I guess I can't say that. He's posting that somebody's winning big there all the time. You guys, when did you publicly vote on that, to open that? The gaming cafe, there was a moratorium on those, right? Remember? We ran together. I'm pretty sure you remember that on our slate, on something that went out on the flyer. That gaming cafe, you can look out our Park District preschool windows and you can see it. And I can't believe the state would approve that. Those are my questions. And the other thing was, I think it's inappropriate for anybody on a board to be posting against individuals that maybe have an issue with somebody. And I don't know if it's true or not. I have no idea, but I think everybody has a right to their time. They have a right to the truth to come out, for the honest truth to come out and justice to be served. They get that right. They don't get to be bullied by members of a board to harass them to go away. I don't like seeing that. I don't want to come here, but I'm not going to watch the same people who harassed me start harassing the next person. And I have to watch that, knowing that I didn't get to stop it. And everybody on here pretty much knows what I'm speaking of. So maybe not everybody at home, but you guys all do know that you're not following proper procedures. And you bring the lawsuits on. You bring them on us. You need to do the right things. You spend a lot of money, you're not putting anything to our police.
Your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
So before I go to item 18, I just want to address a couple of Diane's comments. If you care to listen, Diane. The highest, for police officers, we are at the highest level that we have ever been in the history of the village. Secondly, the legal costs are in part, while the previous speaker was a defendant in the lawsuit, she was signing affidavits for the individual that was suing her and the village against us. Third, she files PAC complaints, which cost attorney fees. And then last, again, she should know she was on the board for 4 years. The business that she's talking about, it's legally impossible for them to open up a business without having a board meeting. It was voted on by the board. They were given a license, and then that license has to be sent to the Illinois Gaming Board for them to get their license. So to hear Diane say that we never voted and just gave a business a license is
Ludicrous?
yes. So, anywho, now that that's over, thank you.
And it's a
Could I
delicate.
address one point? I just would like to address one point that the previous speaker made, that we don't publish our legal bills. We do publish our legal bills. They're on our website. If anybody wants to look them up, they certainly can. They are public. You don't have to FOIA them. She does, and her partner does, but you don't have to. They are public. Every 2 weeks, they are placed on our website. It's in our vendor reports, exactly how much we spend as a village for legal fees. Every 2 weeks it's put there. So I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Next, we have item 18. Can I have a motion, please, to adjourn to executive session to discuss the following? A, discussion of minutes of meetings lawfully closed under this act, whether for purposes of approval by the body of the minutes or a semi-annual review of the minutes as mandated by section 2.06. And B, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. We will not be returning tonight. Good night.
So she was.